Hi, this is Billy from the Subways, and you're listening to Six Towns Radio.
We love music. You are locked into Six Towns Radio.
On the tour bus, the Subways, because they're in town, they're back at the Sugarmill again. I'm talking to Billy. How you doing, mate? You okay?
I'm really well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. It's good to have you back here. You've got so many fond memories of the Sugarmill, of course. The video shoot here.
Yeah.
That was 4 years ago.
Yeah. It was a long time ago now, but you know, it all sticks in our memory because obviously it's on video, and we were so happy with the video as well when we got it all edited and everything. But yeah, we have a long history with the Sugarmill, and with Stoke, so it's just amazing to be back. And we were so glad that because we're doing these propaganda nights all over the nightclubs. It's really good to be doing a proper gig here at the Sugarmill, you know, like a full 75-minute set and not just a 30-minute blast.
Yeah, because you've been doing these propaganda nights with the DJs, and they've been late nights, haven't they?
Yeah.
But you've been playing to a new audience in some respects, because they've got your new, fresher students out there who've been going to these nights. So how have they gone?
It's been amazing, and that's exactly why we're doing it, you know. We thought, how can we sort of broaden our spectrum, you know, because we love a challenge. We love playing to brand new people, and now, you know, we've been touring the UK for like 10 years. Yeah. So we thought this would be a great way to do it, and yeah, it's been amazing. You know, we are playing to the freshest students, and a lot of them were probably 12 years old when we released Young Fraternity, our first record in 2005. So we do get people like sort of, you can see them sort of getting into it, and then they'll come to the front, and you know they're brand new. Yeah. But it's just been absolutely amazing, and they've been getting into the convention as well, you know, when I'm asking the audience to sit down and then jump up again, they're all doing it, so it's brilliant.
You've got a very animated set. There's nothing worse than watching a band and they're just, you know, playing as though you're listening to the album, you know, if you're turned away. It's something to watch with the Subways, which has always been brilliant. What G's you up before you go on stage?
Wow, you know, as you can see, we've got Casablanca on the screen in the tour bus at the moment. So we watch movies and we read books, but you know, to cheer us up for the gig, you know, we're all pretty athletic people, so we all do. This sounds really quite silly, but we all do stretches before we go on stage. I mean,
you don't want to pull a muscle, do you?
No, we don't want to pull a muscle. You know, we do a lot of spins and we run around a lot on stage, and I'm diving off all sorts of things, so we try and avoid injury as much as possible. But you know, Charlotte and I yesterday went for a swim, and I can't remember how many lengths, about 130 lengths I did yesterday, and now my body's killing, so I'm doing extra. Like, I was at the bar earlier, we were at Walkabout to watch the football, and I was doing stretches at the bar, and for me that's normal, you know, for me I just do stretches anywhere, and then I look around and everyone's looking at me going, what's that dude doing stretches at the bar? But yeah, that's the best way. We always eat about 3 hours before we go on stage, otherwise we'll burp lots.
I think it's a bit of a shock to see anyone doing exercise in Stoke. I'm joking, of course, me being a picture of health at the moment. But yeah, I suppose that's right then, that's the actual answer I was looking for. You actually have to keep fit to do it. That's what all these bands are doing when they're just standing there, is obviously having the rock and roll lifestyle and not doing the exercise, not putting the work in.
Well, that's it, you know. I can't remember what I did. I mean, I must have pulled a muscle or did something to my leg, and so I couldn't run around on stage. And I pretty much just stood there for the whole show in one place, and maybe sort of walked over to say hello to some people and walked back over, and everyone was like, this is different. Billy's gone weird on us. What's he doing? He's doing what other bands do. Yeah. But I came on stage and I was like, it felt like I hadn't done anything. Like, you know, I hadn't given the audience my all, you know. And when we come off stage, we want to feel like we can barely, you know, take a breath. That, you know, we've sweated everything we've drunk that day. And yeah, you know, I think for us, music anyway is not just an audio thing, it's a physical thing as well. I mean, we were always inspired by going and watching bands play live. From our first ever rock and roll experience, which was watching AC/DC at Wembley Stadium when I was about 12 and Josh was 11. And, you know, just the way they worked the stage. And for me, that was rock and roll. It wasn't just about, you know, what you can hear coming out of the speakers. It was about what you can see, what you can feel, what you can smell, I guess, sometimes. You know, people's smelly pits. But yeah, so that's what we try and add sort of a theatricality to it, and embellishment of what the songs are.
Yeah, that's something you don't get from the DVD of live shows, the actual smell.
Yeah. Smell-o-vision.
That would be good. So, 2012, you've been touring this new record, which is brilliant, by the way. And the third record, Money and Celebrity. You've done a few festivals, of course, have turned to Reading and Leeds. So, on the whole, how's 2012 been so far?
It's been amazing. Actually, it's gone really quickly because we started touring really early this year. We did last year, just as we released the record, we were out for 3 months. We didn't go home once for 3 months. And we sort of said to ourselves, we're kind of getting to that point in our lives now where we've got families and that kind of thing, and 3 months is a bit of a long time. So we planned this year really well, nice breaks in between. But we've been really busy. We've done a lot of festivals this year, quite a few UK festivals, a hell of a lot of European festivals. So yes, it's been wonderful, and we've been really inspired for the new album. So we're ready to go. You know, usually it takes us maybe, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years of touring for us to be ready with songs for a record. But we're like, we've got them. We're ready.
So that's something for next year then to look forward to.
Hopefully,
Number 4.
Well, yeah, number four. I really want to produce this one as well, so we'll be recording it where I live, and it'll be really DIY, back to basics. You know, how we recorded our demos in the early days. So we're really excited about that.
Yeah, I thought that with album 3. You know, the production was totally different than the first 2 albums, of course, the street stuff, and also the pledged music. You went down that route, which has been quite successful for some people. Charlie Simpson, for instance, top 10 album. You know what I mean? So
absolutely. Well, you know. A load of bands have done it, you know. The Rifles are doing it at the moment, one of my favourite bands, and it's an awesome way for a band, you know, a live band especially like us, to sort of use the fans in the best possible way, you know, get the fans completely involved in actually making the record, you know. These people aren't just buying the record, they're not sort of pre-ordering it, they're helping us make it, you know, we did these amazing things like go round fans' houses and play in their living room, you know, acoustic set in their living room. And we did that in Austria, Belgium, we did 3 shows in the UK, and they were just amazing, you know. We'd sort of turn up to the flat or the house of the fan, and they'd all have their family and friends there, and we'd all have a few drinks and put some music on, and then we'll go, right, we'll get the guitars out now and we'll play some songs. And
sometimes a request you come round.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, it's just been so cool. It's almost like, in a way, whenever we play live, it feels like we're having a party with our fans, and this was like a house party with our fans. We got some fans to sing on the new album as well. We got them to sing on Down Our Street. This took a long time. I personally wrote out lyrics and signed the bottom for about, I don't know, like 100 people. I thought it was going to be really quick, but it turned out taking months. But yeah, that was really good as well. So yeah, you know, pledged music has really helped us break down that barrier between the fans and the band, which is what we've always wanted to do since day one, you know.
Yeah, of course, and just mentioned, you know, going to Europe and the world, you know, you've toured the world. What's probably been the most hedonistic or mental place to play?
Wow, you wouldn't expect it, but I'd have to say Australia. Yeah, we did this festival called Big Day Out in 2006, and the native Australians, as a joke, call it Big Day Off, because basically bands go there for a whole month and do 5 shows. So you know, there's 2 days travelling. The band will all the bands travel together on a plane. You know, so you'll get on the plane and then there'll be Henry Rollins going down one aisle, and there's Kings of Leon over there. There's Rival Schools, Bloodhound Gang. Yeah, so it's really, really cool. And there's Iggy Pop. But you know, it got to the point where we're all in the same hotel. We're all travelling in the same buses, in the same planes, and we all got to know each other really well, and some of the parties turned really hedonistic. I mean, there were points where, you know, we'd all sort of play the festival and then we'd have like a day off before we travelled to the next city, and that night that we played the festival was always absolutely mad.
Okay, so it has been 10 years. When was the last time you checked your band's Myspace page?
Oh my god, MySpace. It was probably pretty recently, actually, like maybe in the last 6 months, but we're always on our Facebook and Twitter. I mean, actually, we're obsessively on our Facebook and Twitter.
I know.
It's just unbelievable on that thing. But MySpace, yeah, I think I checked it 6 months ago just for pure curiosity. You know? When was the last time you checked your MySpace?
2006.
2006! Last visited.
Yeah, I went to see Tom and he was alright, you know.
He's still sort of... Yeah, he's still there.
I bet he's bitter, though, about Facebook. I bet he is. Well, thanks a lot for doing this.
No problem.
I had questions, but we didn't use them questions.
I'm so sorry. If you want to ask...
No, I don't want to use them. I think the chat was much better.
Cool.
Thank you very much.
No problem. Nice talking.